In this video, I will be showing what is lambda function or expression, storing a normal function into a variable, writing lambda functions, executing the lambda function we have written, and we'll try to write more lambda functions. This video will explain how to convert a normal Java code into lambda expression. This video will cover very basic examples of lambda expressions. To know more about lambda expressions, please visit Java's official page. URL is given here and the same will be available in the description section of this video. On the screen, we have a demo class. This class has only one method, print message, apart from the main method. Print message method is printing only one message, welcome to Java 8 on the console. And to use this method, we need to create an instance of demo class. Using this instance, we are going to call the method print message. Let's execute the program using Ctrl F1 in Eclipse or STS. And here we can see the output of the program on the console. Current implementation of this print message will always print the same message. It may not be an expected behavior. Print message method should print any message we want it to print. To make it happen, we need to give it the message to the method as an argument. Let's store the message to be passed by the caller into a string variable and pass this variable to the method. We see we can store a string value in a variable, but what if we can store the method itself in some variable? Well, it may sound strange because you may not have heard or used this concept till Java 7. Believe me, we are going to store a method itself in a variable in a couple of seconds, and I will show you how to do it. Let's go back to the previous version of the method, which is printing a constant message. I am declaring a variable named method to store the same method print message using lambda expressions. To write a method in form of lambda expression, you don't need the access specifier. Since lambda expression is anonymous, we don't need a name also. Nowadays, Java compiler is smart enough that it can detect the return type of the method by itself. So the return type is also not required here. And the last thing is to add an arrow between the parentheses and the method body. The compiler is telling that variable to store the lambda expression must be a functional interface. And I know that runnable is a functional interface, therefore the type of variable can be runnable because run method of runnable has the signature identical to our lambda expression. To execute the lambda expression, call the method of the functional interface. In our case, it's run method. When we execute the program, we can see now that the message is printed 2 times. Let's verify by changing one of the messages. On re-executing the program, we can see that first message is printed using the print message method and another one is printed using the lambda expression. I use runnable interface to store lambda function, but I can create my own functional interface for this purpose. Demoable interface is also a functional interface because it has only one non-default method, that is abstract method. And its signature also matches the signatures of our lambda function. Therefore, I can use demoable in place of runnable interface. And accordingly, I have to call the method of demoable interface to execute my lambda function. To test the lambda function only, I don't need this instance of demo class. Let's pass the message to be printed as an argument. Now, we can see that the lambda function's signature doesn't match the functional interface. Pass the argument while calling the method also. Let's see one more example where our lambda function has more than one arguments. Pass the argument to call the function. Update the signature in the interface, and let's update the message a bit. When we have 0 or more than 1 arguments, then the parentheses are mandatory in lambda function. Let's pass the second argument while calling the lambda function. Now clear the control and rerun the program using Ctrl plus F11 button on your Eclipse or STS IDE. We can see the updated message in the console. That's it for now. Hope you liked this video. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so to get the more technical videos. Thank you.